All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video, and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of this video, guys. Right after this chart analysis, I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys that you won't want to miss, as well as the opportunities we mentioned this morning over at the Discord. We hit a home run with one of them of 20 to 25% at its highs. A lot of investors took advantage of it and made 3 to 5%, 5 to 10%, and 10% plus and beyond within that opportunity. But we look for these opportunities daily, no matter what is going on in the markets. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. So here we are with WISH, ContextLogic Inc, right? ContextLogic Stock, WISH Stock, and we're also going to talk about CLOV stock. So when we look at CLOV, you could see that there's an indirect correlation in the charts. Now, they did not go up the same, but they went down the same, and they went down on the same day, right? This one is WISH, and it jumped up everything that CLOV took several days to get to. It all happened in one day. So profit taking was bound to happen. But something I'm realizing here, which I talked about it yesterday, is the max pain, right? Max pain of puts and the max pain of calls. And I was looking at the call option area, and there was a highest point for CLOV of only $22. Now, some investors went ahead and commented down below that they actually extended it. But something that happens when they extend it, right? Because you could still buy shares, but you also want to use the call options and put options to have an idea of the max pain or how far up a stock can go. But when they make call options expand, they also make put options expand. And that gave more power to the puts and the shorts to go ahead and start shorting from way up here and start bringing it down again. Now, this is still in a battle. A lot of investors are probably shaken out or uncertain, or just looking at it like it's a complete destruction. We won't know until really tomorrow and going into Friday. And now tomorrow, there's also an indirect correlation to the overall market that could affect this stock and all the stocks that have had momentum. And that's CPI data. It comes out tomorrow. And that's something beyond everyone's control. But this stock, if they hold up or they battle and they kind of consolidate or come back up, right? This could have been not just a setback for now in the eyes of investors, right? Because they're all going towards underneath the 50-day moving average. So they're still close to tug of war zone. But they could be a setup to take off again or consolidate and slowly bring themselves up until the next short squeeze. That's a possibility. But these are still the highest mentioned stocks on the Reddit forums and all over the internet. These are the top search stocks, the top mentioned stocks. And if you look up articles, left and right, they're talking about how everyone's talking about WISH stock and Clover Health Stock. So this is important to see that there's an indirect correlation for now. We're going to have to see if they continue correlating or detach, but they are in tug of war zone, and this does need more volume, but to the upside, to push the shorts out of their positions of bringing it down again and make them rise this up as it did previously on this chart and as it did previously on this chart. So it's going to be very important moving forward to watch this closely. I'm going to share with you guys support levels that are important and definitely look at these moving forward. So right now, the 50-day moving average is 1064 for WISH, WISH stock. And the first support level here is 1024. If that gets crossed, this is an informal support that I would use. And that's down here at the 920s. 922, you can round it down to 920, anywhere of that sort, to see if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are tearing this one down fairly fast. Now for Clover Health, right, we want to go ahead and look at that chart. We could see here that the 50-day moving average is a little bit further at 1956. Anything below it is bearish, anything above it is bullish, and this first support level here is 1591. This is sitting in the 16s, and if it breaks through 1591, the next support level I would use is an informal one, and that's down here at 1290. and even up here at 1374 to go ahead and watch and see if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are continuing to tear this one down. Now, our resistance level to watch is up here in the first closer quarter, right? If it breaks through the 50-day moving average, it is 2072. And for Wish, the first one's up here at 1236. I hope that with these cues, you guys are well equipped for tomorrow's trading day. We're going to have to see if the short squeezes are over or could they continue. But the biggest reason why they collapsed, in my opinion, is because if they did expand the max pain of call options, put options, it gave an opportunity to buy put options at these higher levels, putting pressure, shaking investors out of it, or it was just a lot of profit taking, and we're going to have to see if this can go any further up, or did this just end and that was it for it, guys. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. The best comment, I will go ahead and pin it, and for now it's going to be pinned my comment, but I will pin the best comment that is presented down below with an explanation on what they think. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with a friend so that they can receive this insight as well. And stay tuned. All I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I'm going to share with you guys the opportunities that we found this morning. We hit a home run of 20 to 25% with that one. If that's something that interests you, you can join us to catch these daily when I start watching them. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And I have a ticker symbol for you guys that's already up 20% since I mentioned it. And this is something you won't want to miss. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have for us today is one that I've mentioned before on the Patreon and even announced here on the YouTube shortly after, just a few days later. Right now, the stock has jumped up a 10 to 15% jump, and it's currently pulling back and sitting in a consolidation period sideways. So we're going to look at that chart in just a moment. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the opportunities we found this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. So we caught CKPT early on in the morning. It pulled back a little bit after hitting those lows. That's when it gave us the 5 to 10% opportunity. It bounced back up after hitting the 320s. NEPT was our worst performer of the day, giving us 3 to 5% on the day after jumping back up. And XERS gave us 5 to 8% after pulling back at the bell and jumping up pretty fast in a matter of 10 minutes. Now, WORX was our home run of the day. We caught this one pretty early. It didn't have a lot of volume, and it had been jumping 10% twice in the last several minutes in that morning. So the volatility was huge. I saw an opportunity here, and this was getting close to becoming a home run after it hit like 10% plus, and all of a sudden it took off even higher. So we're going to look at the chart right now and why it's so important that timing and execution is everything, but knowing where to look gets you started. And from there on out, you need to look at the charts. So when I mentioned it, it was at 221. It was pulling back, still above the 50-day moving average, hit a low here of about 198 and shot up to a high here, right? The highest point of 247, and right here was 245, giving the highest point of the day a 20 to 25% jump. The highest point was 25%. It was phenomenal for the day on a Wednesday with all the volatility going on in meme stocks and all the stocks overall, all these short squeezes jumping up, pulling down. This turned out to be a home run for the day. Phenomenal. If this is something you want to become part of and you want to know what stocks I watch daily, you're more than welcome to. The link is down below to the Discord, and we look forward to having you join us. So what stock do you want to add to your watch list? Well, this stock is one that I've talked about. Let's go ahead and look at it here together. Back on May 16th, and it was Affirm Holdings, guys. AFRM. We're going to look at the chart together in just a moment. But interesting enough, back on May 16th, I was talking about CLOV as well. So you get to know about stocks way before these squeezes happen. Now, I didn't know that it was going to be a squeeze like this. I was going off of the history of the chart that it had given us 10 to 30% jumps before. and it was heading towards the 7s. It went a little bit lower. It was sitting in the 7s when I talked about it, and this pulled back. And from that point forward, whoever held patiently, it jumped up, giving them 100% all the way up to 200% since then. So if you want to know stocks I'm watching weekly as well, once you join the Discord, you get access to my weekly and daily watch list. Now, Affirm Holdings, we were talking about it as it was pulling downwards, and you're going to see it here, right? Back here, it was at $54. The lowest point it had recently hit was 47, and it actually took off higher than that when we look at the chart now. So this already gave 10 to 20% since that point. Well, a little bit closer to 10 to 15, but almost above 15 as well at its highest point, and it's pulling back down now. So this is a great time to actually be watching this stock if you don't have it already on your watch list. Why? Because this stock has long-term potential. Now, if we go ahead and put here the 30-minute, we can go back to when we first talked about it. It was at this point, pulled back down to 50, pulled back down to 49. That was very interesting how I even talked about it here. You know, back in January at 49 a share, it was when the IPO happened. If it got closer to that, very interesting, certainly happened. And from that point forward, it took off to $65. So when you do the math, that right there was definitely close to 10 to 20%, 15 to 20% in that jump, catching either on the 50s, the 49, all the way to the peak of 65. Now the stock is in a slight consolidation period because when you zoom out, yes, it doesn't look like it's consolidating, it's going straight up, but the way it's pulling back, it almost seems like it's going to kind of sit in a sideways movement, forming a consolidation or go into further weakness, right? Now, if it does consolidate, this is a great time to watch it and understand this stock. If it continues to pull back, the opportunity is becoming even bigger. But if it doesn't do that, which would be the best case scenario, it will slightly consolidate, pull back, and all of a sudden start to go back up. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go straight up like that. Obviously, it has to kind of consolidate, form like a staircase effect, and work its way up. As you see here, taking its time. It won't happen overnight. This is a long-term stock, in my opinion. But you definitely want to do your research and due diligence to understand this stock and why you want to add it to your watch list. But as always, guys, this is information to enlighten you guys on what stocks I'm watching, why I'm watching them, and why I see an opportunity. It is not financial advice. I'm not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold any of these positions, but I am here to share with you guys what I'm seeing and what others may overlook, right? Because there's so many ticker symbols out there, and sometimes we don't even know or we miss them. So we try to catch them before they run. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.